Hola. Okay. I really wanted to make like an update video to let you guys know what was going on. But I didn't want to make a video while I was like boo-hooing. I don't want every video to be of me crying. So, here we go. It was kind of a tough pill to swallow. In my last video I mentioned that I hope that it's not triple negative breast cancer. Well, it is. It is triple negative breast cancer. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good spot. I just look a hot mess. That's alright. I don't care. Okay, what triple negative breast cancer is, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's necessarily a new form of breast cancer, but it's becoming more and more common. Triple negative breast cancer accounts for about 11% of all breast cancer cases in America. And they don't know how it grows. Normal breast cancer, has the 3 receptors off of 3 different hormones, and they know how to treat it. But with triple negative breast cancer, it doesn't feed off of those hormones. They don't know what makes it grow. They're coming closer and closer every day, but they're, it's like hit or miss. So my plan for treatment as of right now is I'm going to go in on Wednesday and get my port put in, and it's going to suck and it's going to hurt, but I think that's going to be like the easiest thing that I have to do in all of this journey. So that's okay. Actually, it's not the easiest. The easiest is getting blood work and MRIs and stuff like that. That's the easy stuff. So I go in on Wednesday. Rewind. I go in on Monday to San Angelo to meet my oncologist there. I go to Temple on Wednesday to meet or to get my port put in and meet my radiologist. So the plan is, and this is the good option, this is what we're hoping, is we're going to start chemotherapy. She said I could start chemo like that day or the next day. I don't have to wait for like my port to heal or anything like that. That she would just leave the needle in and all of that stuff, which sounds scary, but I'm cool with like her doing the port placement and then sending me down the hall to start my first round of chemo. That would be ideal. But okay, so we're gonna start chemo, and she said that they should know by the 2nd week if it's responding, because by the 2nd week my mass will start shrinking if it responds. And if it responds, we're going to go ahead and continue with my chemotherapy and finish it out. If it does not respond, well, I'm just going to do that later. If it responds, we're going to finish chemotherapy, do the breast surgery, and because I have to do radiation, I can't get my reconstruction done at the same time. I think I'm going to talk to her more about that on Wednesday. But then after I'm done healing from my surgery, I'll do radiation, which will probably be about 6 weeks of radiation. Because I do have one giant lymph node, and I think they said they saw another one for sure on the CT scan that they didn't know was there. So there's definitely 2 lymph nodes that have breast cancer in it. So, and then hopefully I'll be all cured, and they'll monitor me. They'll do continuous, like I guess MRIs or ultrasounds or something. They'll do something, but I will have no boobies at that time. I'm gonna look amazing. I don't care. I don't care if I'm flat chested for a year or so. And then after a certain amount of time, I'll go ahead and get my reconstruction done. Plan B, if it doesn't work, is a lot more grim. From what she's told me, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't seem to be working by week 2, they'll stop chemotherapy, do the double mastectomy, and take out as many lymph nodes as they can. And while I'm healing from all of that and they're doing that to me, they'll go through and see if there's another medication that they can use, because they're going to start me out with regular, with the AC treatment, with an added drug that seems to be responding really well to triple negative breast cancer. And we're going to try that out. So, but if it doesn't work while I'm healing from my surgery, they'll try and see if there's another drug that they can put in, and we'll try chemo again, plus radiation, and then at that point just monitoring and hoping that they got it all. Either way, it's kind of like we're going to treat you and hope that it goes away. But she said that triple negative is like a double-edged sword. If you can treat it, if you can get rid of it and make it past your 3-year mark, then you won't have to ever worry about it. Chances are you won't ever have to worry about it again. But when it doesn't respond to treatment, you're kind of like screwed. But from what I've joined breastcancer.org, and I am in groups. I've been kind of active on there since before I was even told it was breast cancer. And those women have been really amazing. I got home last night from our little trip, and they're like, more and more women are living from this and surviving it. And I was told that there was one woman, she's 11-year breast cancer survivor, triple negative breast cancer survivor. She had like a 6-centimeter tumor and several affected lymph nodes, and she's alive. And then there was another one that said that she didn't respond to 4 different kinds of chemos, and she's almost 4 years breast cancer free. So I'll take as many days as I can get with my family as possible. And my doctor, my surgeon oncologist, is really cool. I guess she hadn't gotten the paperwork saying that it was triple negative, because she was sitting there explaining it to me, like how breast cancer gets started and how it spreads and stuff like that. And she said, well, once we find out exactly what type of breast cancer this is, we can move forward. I said, it's triple negative. And her eyes lit up, and she's like, okay. She goes, let me tell you right now that triple negative breast cancer is my area of interest. When I'm not at work, I'm studying triple negative breast cancer. She's like, this is not a death sentence. She's like, you are so young and you've gotten healthy, you've lost weight. She's like, you couldn't have picked a better doctor. I was like, I didn't pick you, but yay. But she was like, yeah, she's like, this is my area. She's like, I'll be excited to like get your breast tissue afterwards, after we remove it, and see what's going on. And she's like, I just have a really good feeling that this is all going to work out. She's like, I just can't imagine you going to any other doctor here other than me. So that made me feel good. And then she said that every Tuesday the doctors have a tumor review board, and that on Tuesday a group of 20 doctors is going to be reviewing my records and my pictures and my slides and all of that stuff. And they're just going to look at it with fresh eyes and see if they missed anything. I mean, 20 doctors just looking at my titties. And, hopefully between all 20 of them, they'll be able to help me kick this thing in the butt. So it's like, when he told me it was breast cancer, I just fell apart. Because I'd read nothing but negative things about triple negative, and so I was scared. My heart just, I've never felt so much fear in my life. I've never felt that kind of heartache, and I've been through a lot of stuff. I've been through so many things, and this has topped it off. And I've given myself a few days to digest it and to freak out about it and to think about the worst outcome, worst thing imaginable. And I'm gonna just go forward, and my body typically responds really well to medicines, so I'm hoping that will help me out during chemo. But I'm also going to be smart about it and get prepared in case things don't go right. And part of that preparation is just buying birthday cards and buying Christmas cards and getting those lined up for if things go bad. I don't want to wait until things go bad and then feel too weak to do these things, because I want to leave my children something. And I'm going to take every moment I have in this world, and I'm just going to love it. I mean, this trip to San Antonio, even though we had the diagnosis hanging over our head, Chris and I don't think we've ever been this close. I mean, we've just spent the last 3 days talking and talking and talking, and I mean, we feel so much more connected because this is happening. So, I don't know. I'm just going to take it one day at a time and enjoy every smile and every laugh, and I'm never going to take anything for granted ever again, and I'm not going to lose my shit over the small things. It was so funny. Last night we were at this convenience store, and it was taking forever, and these guys were like, time is money, and I was like, time is overrated. And they looked at me, they're like, my time is not overrated. I said, when you're 31 and you get told you have breast cancer, little things like this don't bother you. And one guy was like, oh wow, man, life is precious. Straight face. I was like, yeah, that's right. Quit like stressing over the small shit that don't matter. So, but I'm going to let y'all go. It's almost 12 minutes into the video. So I'm going to leave you with my pearls of wisdom. Check your boobs. Check your balls. And when life gets really overwhelming, just think to yourself, this too shall pass. Alright, I love you guys. I hope y'all have a great weekend and a great week. I'll check in with you next time. Bye.